Do you want to jump into the cockpit of the most powerful combat robot and take a hurricane walk through the gaming surroundings? Now nothing prevents you from doing it. The best robot games are just for you. Brigador. In the last selection, we already had in feathers and platformers and step-by-step strategies. What is missing? Roguelike. Brigador is a game in the direction of roguelike with tactical battles. The plot is trivial. You, in the role of mercenary, go to perform various tasks with one goal: to make money. It is difficult to say that the main character is positive because he has to fight with decent fighters and destroy the city of Solo Nebar. SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays. Tactical role-playing strategy based on anime franchise Gundam, which combines various TV shows, movies, and manga. They have a single theme: science fiction. The visiting card Gundam is huge combat robots that act as funds for the war in local universes. The playing process is based on step-by-step tactical battles. At the same time, the player independently will collect his squad out of characters from various works by Gundam and send it to battle. The lion of the gameplay takes dialogues and high-quality action scenes with the participation of mech. It is unlikely that the game will have to taste the gamers not familiar with this universe, but the fans will come to delight. Into the Breach. Step-by-step strategy with isometric species. The essence: the player will defend the cities from the invasion of monsters Kazoo in small maps resembling a chessboard. And if the cells are located cities, by driving a squad of combat robots, the gamer should, like in chess, move their figures and attack enemies. But, unlike board games, here you can use various abilities. The developers were inspired by such ribbons as the Pacific Rim and Man of Steel. This can be seen in many elements of the gameplay. For example, the enemies here are monsters Kazoo. Into the Breach received high marks from critics and players, and among the advantages allocate the following: original gameplay, depth of the tactical component, and high refet blending. Hardcore Mecha. A game inspired by the classic 2D platformer. There is a single-player campaign, but the plot is simple and does not arouse interest. At the same time, the game has over 1,500 very positive reviews on Steam. The secret is simple and lies in the excellent gameplay. The developers paid attention to the theme of combat robots and presented an action game with excellent and dynamic battles, all kinds of references, and varied gameplay. There are several types of mechs with unique abilities to choose from. There is multiplayer in which gamers fight each other and check who is stronger and more cunning. M.A.S.S Builder. A third-person action game with anime elements in which the player, controlling a combat robot, will save the Earth from the invasion of monsters. M.A.S.S Builder is able to win the hearts of players through two things. The first is detailed customization of the entire robot. You can replace almost any part of it, change weapons and colors, and end up with a unique mech. The second is dynamic, hot and spectacular battles. Moreover, as noted by gamers, they are hardcore and comparable to those presented by Dark Souls. In battle, you can use various weapons. Scythe Digital Edition. In Scythe, just like in Iron Harvest, you will find yourself in 1920s Europe, which has not yet recovered from the First World War. And it will not be in time, because on the threshold there is a new conflict, in which not only people, but also mechs will take part. The game is the official game adaptation of the board of the same name, so don't be surprised when you see a global card with hero tokens and cards in the deck that affect the gameplay. Otherwise, this is a familiar strategy with resource management, building construction, conquering territories, and managing the army. Daemon X Machina. How do the mechs invented by the Japanese differ from the rest? They are much more mobile, and their size is difficult for the imagination to predetermine. You will meet such robots in the anime action game Daemon X Machina, the plot of which offers to try on the role of the Chosen One, who will have to save the world from maddened machines. You will find dynamic, color-rich battles, customization of the robot and its pilot, pumping system, as well as the presence of not only a storyline, but also a PvP mode. Tesla vs. Lovecraft is not an ordinary representative of the mech game genre, and in general, a non-standard game project. According to his idea, The great inventor Nikola Tesla faces a horde of nightmarish monsters that have descended from the pages of Lovecraft's books. But are they scary for a scientist who assembles a powerful combat robot in the shortest possible time? You will not see giant machines here. Instead, you will curb a small robot and crush monsters using various weapons and abilities. Tesla vs. Lovecraft does a great job of diluting our selection. War Robots migrated to PC from mobile platforms. It was released on Android and iOS in 2014 to 2015, and there it gained such wild popularity that the developers decided to please the owners of personal computers. The project definitely does not boast of graphics, but you can download it for free. This is a multiplayer action game, the gameplay of which is reduced to battles in 6v6 mode on various maps. As a fighter, players can choose one of 45 robots of various sizes and, in addition, hang weapons on it: energy, plasma, ballistic missiles, and others. Fans of games with friends will appreciate the presence of clans, but lone gamers will also find something to do, completing combat missions and raising their nickname in the ranking of the best pilots. It is worth paying tribute to the MechCommander trilogy, old tactical games set in the BattleTech universe. Both games have quite high ratings from gamers and critics, and it's safe to say that they helped popularize mech games in the early 2000s, if not in subsequent years. In the games, you act as the commander of a mech squad and fight for supremacy on a distant planet. Single-player campaigns contain dozens of missions of a different nature. There are attacks on bases, capture of convoys, and others. Mechs have been approached with special attention. They can be bought, sold, and upgraded. Super Mecha Champions is an anime battle royale in which you can play as a regular pilot or summon a huge robot on the battlefield and turn the tide of the match. They suggest trying out 10 mechs with unique characteristics. Some are designed for close combat, others can fly, and still others are equipped with powerful long-range cannons. The peculiarity of Super Mecha Champions is that even in the form of a pilot, you can give heat to huge cans by studying their weaknesses and thinking out tactics. Mech Mechanic Simulator stands out in our selection as it isn't an action game, a shooter, or even a roguelike. This is a garage simulator in which you have to restore and repair robots, replacing their parts with various tools. The fighter of the future can be disassembled down to the smallest nut, and the operation process itself is quite diverse. You will work not only for the sake of interest, so you will have a small workshop, which will gradually grow in size and turn into a business. So Mech Mechanic Simulator has economic simulator mechanics with competitors and earnings. Dual Gear has been compared to Front Mission, an excellent but defunct and poorly finished series of tactical RPGs. This is an action game with turn-based battles, which offers to pilot huge mechs and go through an abundance of levels. Dual Gear stands out for its detailed mech customization system. You can hang the robots with cannons wherever possible, dynamic tactical battles, and the presence of various active skills among the fighters. If you missed Front Mission, or have a desire to play something tactical, but with robots, then this game will leave you positive emotions. If your favorite game is not included in this list, write it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, watch our other videos, press like, turn on notifications, and you will always be aware of what to play today.